justify this pick because the later the game goes, the harder it gets.
So, if you can set up your battle line...
Don't think this is the easiest dive combination to go towards. That's going to be the stop on the recall. Is anyone pathing up here? No, you don't have a teleport from the Rise either. They use the Echo for the roots. I don't think it's easy to do this, though. You still have the W to avoid a little bit of that CC.
Speed, knock away with the Bramble Splash, but now Bin down a lot of those key abilities. Bin's going to W away. Tower Aggro is being juggled very, very well. I think he just dies now.
He wants to get the Cannon XP. He really wants the Cannon XP.
Oh, turret shot! Just gets traded back.
Oh, that's a bit nasty. You really don't want to give that over. Hoya has teleport at least. So him...
Careful setup.
That matchup definitely helps.
Oh, you can't walk into that realm! Rune Prison, sorry. And setup with no mana is swiftly dead.
Really nice from Wei there as well. Holding onto his Q to make sure even
Flare on the champion. Oh, and you've been having a really good series too. Even the last game was one of the few threats available. The Aurora picked up a kill or two. Nice flash to kill off the Twitch under turret in particular. I remember with that weirding. But that's an unfortunate face check. The resets were coming through, but just didn't time it quite right. Q from Wei. 2 levels up. Could be threatening, but overcomes Feather. Doesn't get traded back. Glitter Lance goes wide. Elk, though, continuing just minigun down this turret. That'll be a 4th plate. Setup roaming, but not level 6. I don't know how threatening that is.
He has all... And I really think that BLG wants to find a pick. If they can, Realm Warp helping it out.
Cleanse Flash. 1x continuing to run. Still gets caught up by that Rune Prison and dies. Even with the strut speed.
Dude, you have to be so careful with globals. Yeah, they're not played all the time, but the Realm Warp has always been that X factor in a team comp. Gets the first kill, means that you do not have the bullet time for this fight. Did TT stick around? This feels really bold.
4v5, it's a decent double route. This is just Safari, guys. I don't know about this.
They want to smite one away, but I don't think they can even get in range. Now the problem is you might have just bought into a fight.
They're coming on over. Hoya in danger. It's level 4 on this Poppy. The Misfortune nearly here with the strut speed. Polymorph onto the Ari. Ults away. Grub still available and will reset.
Back. 1x back now. When's the next charm timing? Setup can jump forwards and look for one more charm.
He hits! And that's onto the Rise! Knight taking pretty heavy amounts of damage, but already Wei gets a kill on the Lee Sin, and they can keep going forwards. They tried to wait for the Misfortune to come back, and they just don't quite have enough in the tank.
They don't have the damage, and they let... name goes out the window. Is good for L. I think it's really good for him. I don't think he's always shown his top level on some of the other picks. He sometimes has. I'm not saying he's... Obviously, he's still a world-class AD snowballed 1 member ahead because everyone is behind, and I just don't see how they come from behind with this comp.
Feet of Bricks secured. That's the term.
Very happy playing around. Very bursty. Jinx and that... Hang on, is that going to steal one? It does steal one!
Oh my god.
And it means that TT don't even get themselves a set of 3. They get the mites. Markyle comes in. Oh, TT, you've gone too far.
It's the Cats of Doom. They come flying across. The Popule out is decent, but Hoya will still fall nonetheless. Charm is on to Wei, but it doesn't really lead to anything. And this is something you can do, bot laners. Generally speaking, junglers will smite the first grub, and it will be on cooldown for the second. Time your rockets right, you can steal it away.
BLG, look, I mean, they will not be happy with their first 2 games. They shouldn't be. Realm Warp, there's an ult and a flash on setup. He uses the first one, goes pop by Knight. There's a lot of people topside.
Wei's coming as well. Root comes on down. Flash the kick into the wall. The turnaround pretty good. Can look for a charm. The Orbital Destruction on the through. Flash on after setup. Who does die as Knight follows with his own flash. But now what about the encore? Across multiple members. Bullet time! Resets. And the resets begin. Hoya charges the wall and denies. Now in danger. Beige one looking for another body. Steals it. Gets that hold here as Knight will surely fall. Nice angle from TT to punish the over-aggression from BLG.
And, you know, the initial play from BLG, really good. You do have slightly higher early game damage from Knight going towards those pen boots.
Crossbow.
But you can really see that TT, if they get a reset, they're powerful. It's just a question of how you do it.
2 HP off falling. I think if they can get this wave shoved in, Elk with the extended range should be able to just knock it down. BLG turn up with a few members to make it happen. Dragon spawns. TT coming over to try and play it, though. Hoya looking to come also trade, but Knight topside doesn't have teleport, but does have Realm Warp. Will claim the last remaining turret, and that's a lot of gold.
Worth noting as well.
Got no structures.
Magic Pen works on towers too, so the boots also help him kill towers. Knight getting so much gold here, and yeah, he can just walk around the map. Yes, there's going to be a dragon going over to TT. I don't think BLG give a rat's ass. They're getting gold onto their very gold dependent carries. Jinx getting gold. Rise getting gold. Maokai's even ahead of 1,000 gold too, and he's really good as a tank when he's ahead of the game. Yes, he's economic, but if you get a Maokai ahead, you really hate
it. You got a Jinx, you got the Rise with the pen, that turret's gone.
Yeah.
They can actually try and play this out, maybe. Here comes the rest of TT, looking for an angle. Root goes wide. Was that a flash burn there from someone? I heard a noise, but Beige1 looking onto Wei. Gets away, ults out. Now Wei's in danger. Wei! That is a deadly sin. Encore. Not extended enough. Setup can keep hunting, though. Look for another reset. Another angle in. Looking to find another charm. Can't quite do it. The slow comes on through. Looks for the charm. Lands it onto Elk. Still trying to get the kill. Can't quite have the time. Not going to be there as the flash comes out. The Swede is good. Beige1 gets the reset. Needs to be aware. Elk just about alive with the flash and cleanse down on. Trying to put his way out with the Whimsy. Gets out safely, but still big kills.
These bullets gone for cooldown reduction. Haven't gone towards a Dark Seal, which could have maybe gotten you out of the pit. So dangerous now to play around that rise. Knight and Elk, either one of them can take over a fight, which is a big problem. TT, they might be able to get a good enough reset with the bullet time, but that's all you're hoping on. If the bullet time isn't as good as the previous ones...
Knight's got a good angle. Damage onto Beige1 is huge. Flash over the wall, trying to kill off the rise. Flashes out to safety. Everyone alive for now. Massive W over the wall prevents the escape. Now Shadow can keep flashing for more. On in danger. The 3-level discrepancy charm onto the Lulu into the peak drop, and the Lulu is dropped off a cliff. Beige1 claims the kill. TT find 4.
TT find the fight in the corridor. Knight stand next to the wall, and Hoya slams the door shut and slams the rise into the wall. Herald into mid lane. I mean, we were saying, hey, TT, they're probably out of this game now because they let these gold scaling carries have way too much gold early into the game. That has not been the case. TT have played so well around the bullet time, and they'll be able to get the driving, go through the obstacles, go into that bot lane out of turret.
Fantastic, and suddenly all those turrets that TT were behind being re-picked up, rediscovered. They get another, they can look towards drag, but they can also just give it up. They're kind of happy to have done that, having picked up a lot on flashes and setups, having none of it.
None of it. And by the way, this is why you build Dark Seal on Ari. That would have been really good. Atacon taken by BLG in the picture-in-picture, which is a must succeed every time now. BLG, all they need you to do is fail once with your bullet time. I think 1XM has been so freaking good with these bullet times. They have been game-saving bullets.
So a little harder to deal with. Oh man, there's a 2-level discrepancy in the jungle as well. Damn, Beige1, good job.
That definitely doesn't help because Wei has been a problem point for BLG this game. BLG in general has a history in their organization. Oh, that's a realm weapon to one extent. He has flash, he has cleanse. Will they force both?
Gets kicked. Nice angle! The encore goes across 3. But Wei, the moment we were saying he's been problematic, finds the angle.
It's the old Meteos analogy. All you have to do is just get to like 50 minutes.
They are going to try regardless. 15 seconds of 1XN. You can get there with the move speed perhaps.
Teleporting in. He is going to hold the door shut. Which person does he remove?
Can he remove anyone? Gets it interrupted. There's the Chompers after Hoya in danger. Charges away. Looking for the reset. On. Does get one. That's the Lulu body. No, not the most likely. We'll need to ult again, surely. Setup trying to get out. They lose the jungler, though. That means you've got no smite.
So close. If there was a bullet time, that could have been it. Beige1 gets the reset, but he can't get anything more.
But that's ult used. Dragon started, and TT forced to go a long way away. What looked a little bit mad from Wei was eventually turned around by Fred at that frontliner. Spins up the hammer, but won't send the keeper's verdict out quite yet. That sentence. I'm staying right now. Nice angle from Beige1, though.
Oh, the Chompers are so scary there. Mikhail's out. The rocket chunks them low. That's a problem. You need your HP bars. Beige1 thought he saw an angle. Saw the Chompers behind him and realized the door had been shut a little bit. While all this is happening, of course BLG are playing around a second lane. Knight, level 16, very strong, taking down a turret himself.
Needs to be a bit wary here. Beige1 with a third item.
Beige1 on the Chompers again!
Survives from open up for long bin! Flashed out the bullet time, they can't quite do it. Need to get that kill knocked away! Jinx gets 2! Lulu gets a 3rd! And now Feather and 1XN flashed on Yishen does not get to survive any longer! You can pick whatever name you like, but they're all dead regardless, and BLG are taking us to 5. We are scraping silver out of the wounds.
Thunder Talk have brought themselves to this game, but little do they know, Bilibili is another term for electric shock. There's thunder, there's lightning, there's drama, and there is silver scrapes. Bring it on, Game 5.
The early leads proved too much. Credit, honestly, for TT.